Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking through a couple player props I like on Prizepicks for today's MLB slate on Wednesday, August the 30th. We do have a lot of MLB games today. I think we do have a full 15 game slate. We have some early games today, and there are some props that I do like in these early games. So hopefully by the time you're watching this video, these games won't have started and you'll be able to get these plays in. But with so many games starting early, it's kind of hard to not, look at props in those games. So I got two props that we're going to share in this video, guys. I got a pitcher fantasy score I'm liking for today, and then I got a strikeout prop that I'm liking for today. So we're going to talk through these two plays. We're going to share why I like them. Before we do get started, though, breaking down the plays, as always, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, if they do help you out, make sure you hit that like button down below. I appreciate the likes. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you guys are new to Prizepicks, if you have never checked out Prizepicks before, you can sign up for Prizepicks and use my promo code. If you look at the bottom of the screen, that promo code NOAH, it will get you your first deposit matched up to $100. So be sure to check out Prizepicks. If you have not yet, use that code when you do sign up. Also, I do want to shout out Sleeper because we are now partnered up with Sleeper. And if you guys have not signed up for Sleeper, you can sign up for Sleeper as well with that promo code NOAH. Get your first deposit matched up to $100 when you sign up for Sleeper with my promo code. And Sleeper is similar to Prizepicks and a lot of these other pick'em sites, except for on Sleeper it's not a fixed payout. It is a dynamic payout system, so the payouts do change based on whether you take the over or the under on a certain prop. It's all based on like how the prop's chances of hitting. So for example, if a play has a very high chance of hitting, you might get like a 1.4 or 1.5x multiplier for taking that prop. But on the other hand, if a prop doesn't have a super high chance of hitting, well, Sleeper will give you like a 3 or a 3.5, maybe even like a 4x payout on that one pick. So like for baseball, for an example with baseball, you can take guys over 0.5 home runs. Obviously, home runs are very tough to predict in baseball, but if you feel like you see some value on a certain home run prop, you could take that over on Sleeper and get a really high payout for that. So on Sleeper, you can make entries with up to 100x payout. If you're one of those people that really likes to go for those high payouts, I definitely recommend giving Sleeper a try. And again, guys, if you're not signed up for Sleeper yet, you can sign up and use that promo code NOAH. Get your first deposit matched up to $100. But yeah, guys, let's talk through this prospect slate. The two props I'm liking for today. Castro 2 plays yesterday. Hopefully you guys did tail. Been on a nice run these last, I would say like this last week or so. Over our last 16 picks, we've hit 12 out of our last 16 picks that we've given out on this YouTube channel. So been rolling lately. Let's try and keep it going headed into this Wednesday slate. Let's start off with the first play I like for today. So for the first play, we're going to look at the pitcher fantasy score category. And I want to talk about Logan Webb, 33.5 pitcher fantasy score. Really like this over for Logan Webb. This was a play that really stood out to me. I feel like this line is definitely too low on Logan Webb. I would be fine playing this up to 35.5, 36.5, 33.5 in my opinion is too low here. So you look at Logan Webb's recent performances. Obviously, he's had some tough starts lately, but you look at those two starts. They were both against the Braves. I mean, that is probably the worst possible matchup that any pitcher can have right now going up against the Braves. The Braves are like the best offense in the league. They don't really strike out. You just don't want to have to face the Braves. But if you look at starts prior to that, he had 45 fantasy points against Texas. Came up just short of this line against the Angels, had 32 fantasy points. He had 40 fantasy points against Arizona. This is a really good matchup for Logan Webb going up against the Reds. Now, the Reds, there was a point in this season when the Reds were hitting the ball really well. They were really tough offense to face. Well, the Reds have really cooled off. They're not hitting the ball nearly as well. They've been striking out a ton as of late. And if you look at their splits this season over the last 30 days, so if you look at like a recent sample, over the last 30 days versus right-handed pitching, the Reds have the second highest strikeout rate in the league, 28.7%, and their offensive numbers have been really bad. They rank 25th in batting average. They rank 27th in on-base percentage. They rank 22nd in slugging. They rank 23rd in OPS, and they rank 26th in 26th in WRC plus versus right-handed pitching over the last 30 days. So this Reds team is really struggling offensively right now. They have been striking out a ton. Logan Webb has pitched really, really well at home this season. He's made 13 starts at home this year. He's over this fantasy score line in 11 out of those 13 starts. And the only two starts where he did not go over this fantasy score line at home were tough matchups. He had to face the Red Sox, put up 29 fantasy points against the Red Sox, and then his last start at home against Atlanta obviously really struggled, only had 4 fantasy points. But I'll give Webb a pass there. I mean, having to face the Braves, back-to-back starts is about as bad as it gets. This should be a nice bounce back spot for Logan Webb. If Logan Webb goes 6 innings with 6 strikeouts and 2 earned runs, that would put him at 34 fantasy score. That feels more than doable here. He's a favorite to go over 6 innings on DK Sportsbook. His strikeout prop is set at 5.5 with heavy juice on the over, so he's favored to get 6 strikeouts. His earned run prop is set at 2.5. It's basically even money. I would bank on Webb giving up 2 runs or less here. He's been so good at home this season, been able to limit damage at home. And the strikeouts, I think, should definitely be there in this matchup against a Reds team that, again, is striking out so much as of late. So love the spot for Logan Webb, 33.5 fantasy score. I definitely think this line is too low. So give me Logan Webb to have more than 33.5 fantasy points today. And then the other prop that I like to pair with that, we're going to take a look at a strikeout prop. We're going to go down to Cutter Crawford, 4.5 strikeouts, and I like Cutter Crawford to have less than 4.5 strikeouts here. So if you look at DK Sportsbook right now, Crawford is pretty heavily favored to go under this line. He's minus 145 on DK Sportsbook to go under 4.5 strikeouts. I have a feeling at some point, I don't know when it'll be, but at some point, Prizepicks is going to bump this line down to 4. Usually when a prop gets to like minus 145, it's going to get bumped down or adjusted at some point. But we're going to take it while it's still up at 4.5. The reason I like this prop, not only are the odds heavily favoring the over here, or excuse me, the under here, but it's a very tough matchup for Cutter Crawford against the Astros. The Astros are a team that doesn't really strike out against right-handed pitching. Over the last 30 days versus right-handed pitching, the Astros have the lowest strikeout rate in the league, 18%. If you look at the full season, they still have one of the lowest strikeout rates in the league, 21%, which ranks 26th. And if you take a look at their lineup, I mean, there's just not many strikeouts available in this lineup. The top 4 hitters all have less than a 20% K rate versus right-handed pitching this year. So Altuve, Bregman, Alvarez, Tucker, none of those guys really strike out much. Michael Brantley is back in the lineup, and he is a guy that never really strikes out much. He's always been a low strikeout guy. So the top 5 hitters, Altuve, Bregman, Alvarez, Tucker, Brantley, it's going to be hard for Crawford to get strikeouts against those guys because none of those guys really strike out much. If Crawford's going to be able to get strikeouts in this matchup, it's going to have to come from the bottom of the lineup with guys like McCormick, Singleton, Pena, Maldonado. McCormick this season against right-handed pitching, 27% K rate. Singleton, 25%. Pena, 24%. Maldonado, 33%. So if Crawford's going to be able to get strikeouts, he's going to have to get it from those guys. I don't think he's going to really be able to get many strikeouts from the top of this lineup just because those guys don't really strike out much. So in a tough matchup where Ks are going to be hard to come by, in a spot where he's favored, minus 145 to go under 4.5 strikeouts, I like taking Crawford under 4.5 Ks here. Crawford has shown decent strikeout stuff this season, 24% K rate, but again, this is all about the matchup. Really tough spot to get Ks, and again, odds are also heavily favoring the under here. So these are 2 props I'm liking for today, guys. Taking a first look at the board right now. As always, though, I'll be sharing some more plays for today over on Patreon. I'll be posting, likely a 5-pick or 6-pick flex entry on Patreon. I will include these 2 props in that entry, and then I'll also will be sharing an entry that I'm playing on Sleeper. And again, guys, if you're not signed up for Sleeper yet, you can sign up. You can use that promo code NOAH over on Sleeper and get your first deposit matched up to $100 when you do sign up for Sleeper with my promo code. Be sure to check them out if you guys have not yet. But that's all that I got for today, guys. Wish you the best of luck on this Wednesday slate. Hopefully, we can all make some money tonight. Again, hopefully, we can keep rolling with these Prizepicks plays. Been doing really well lately. Let's try and keep it going into today's slate. That's all that I got for this video, guys. Good luck, and we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.